This is Will's Band of the Week for April 2nd, 2017. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Will's Band of the Week. This is Will, along with Grant, live in studio.
Hello.
Do you think the listeners will be disappointed? They were supposed to have Barrett this week.
Yeah, just a little.
They
Just
get
a little
Grant
disappointed.
again. Yeah, they're like, what?
I understand that perspective.
The top-level talent wasn't available, so you're the fill-in. Do you feel?
Yes.
Do you feel kind of sort of inadequate because you're the second choice?
Yeah, it's sort of like, when someone's has the main part in a play
Yeah.
and someone has to shadow them.
Yeah.
I'm always like hoping Barrett will get sick or something bad will happen so I can just take his place permanently.
Yeah. Yes, you can always hope for something bad to happen to other people. Do they do that in that show that we were watching? Remember when the character was like he was an actor like on the side like as a hobby?
Yeah.
And then it's like I was thinking about this, like what do they do is there usually a shadow person so that like if a character gets sick, there's somebody who could step in?
I think generally, yeah. Even with like high school theater.
Because I don't know a lot about
for the
theater,
lead characters.
But I would just imagine like those Broadway shows where it's just like, I haven't done the math, but there's a lot of revenue like every night, right? So it'd be hard to just say, oh, can't do it. The one of the main actors is sick today.
Yeah.
So
People buy tickets way beforehand and stuff.
yeah. So would you be like the second stringer person and the show plays for 6 months and you're in it like 3 times or something when the person's sick?
I mean, potentially you could just never be in it.
Yeah.
Which is why it's not necessarily a fun role.
So, I just really hadn't thought about that before. All right, let's see. Music news. Now, Barrett was supposed to be here to talk about this, but here's the thing. You can't be late on reporting news because then you're not cool, right? And then it's not topical anymore. You got to report like immediately after it happens, right?
That's true.
So Barrett has this guy who's played at the coffee shop several times, Jason Anderson. And he's like a pretty cool, what am I going to say? He's a really good coffee shop performer. He's very talented at commanding a crowd all by himself. So he's a cool guy. And I think I've just seen him once at the coffee shop, but I think he's played there 3 or 4 times. So anyway, he put out I don't know if it was a tweet or whatever social media. But he said, hey, I'm going to be playing with Strand of Oaks on the Conan O'Brien show. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool. So he got a gig playing lead guitar for Strand of Oaks. And he was rocking on the Conan O'Brien show, which was kind of cool. So we were happy about that. But then Barrett and I both said that we weren't really that thrilled with the song. So check it out, Strand of Oaks on Conan O'Brien. But I kind of thought that it sounded like a bad 38 Special song. I hate to say that. Maybe it was the beard that just kind of put me in 38 Special reference mode, But that's really cool for Jason to get to do that. So, and I guess he was touring, like he was the backup or the opener on some of their gigs, and then so like he got to play twice.
That's fun.
People do that every once in a while, right?
Oh, all the time.
Like the opener is like a side project
play
or
bass
something.
Play bass in the headliner, and then the first band is your solo project or something.
Right.
That's classic.
Yep. It's an indie rock thing. Yeah. All right. That's the music news. Oh, and I have a non-live report.
We actually have Iris here, and she's gonna review.
She's gonna give her top 10 of 2016. No.
No, Dive.
Dive.
She's gonna talk about Dive.
And yeah, I'm not as. You're gonna edit this out, right?
I don't know. It might be good.
No.
Might have to leave it in.
No, I think you need to.
No, I think it's pretty good.
I was wondering where you were. I was like, Grant was making this awesome music, and then it stopped.
Yeah, now he's just going to talk
Sorry
about music.
about that. Sorry
Yep.
for making that music in the first place.
Any parting words?
No, just
How do you feel about Zachary Cole Smith of Dive being in rehab?
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. More people in rehab is a good thing. As long as they continue to make music.
Yeah.
Do you think any of the women in Savages are in rehab? See, I don't think women do drugs.
I hope they don't
No,
need
I
to
think,
be.
I think everybody does drugs, but
Well, on a certain level.
I don't think any of them have a drug problem.
Yeah.
From what I know, which is very little.
Yeah.
All right, back to business.
Back to business.
Maybe we'll leave that in.
Yeah, see how good the mom audio is.
Yeah. I was saying I have a non-live report. Last night, I did not go to see Foxygen because I am an aging rocker and it was going to be really late and I had to get up early. So you could say that's a lame excuse. I saw a little footage of it. There's 10 people on the stage. It's like, I don't know, probably kind of cool in its excess. Not sure how it would have come across for the whole show. But I did like the newest album.
Have you seen them before?
Yeah, Barrett and I saw them at the set, and it just wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Part of it was we were kind of we were talking about this before. Audio quality wasn't that good. We weren't right up at the front, and they were. Yeah, it just wasn't that good. I think the songs on the new album are better, and plus with this band, I think it would have been much better than when Barrett and I saw them. But yeah, there you go. Non-live report. So Grant always comes through in the clutch. That's a sports cliche.
I am known
coming through
for
in the
that.
clutch. You know that? So since Barrett is unavailable, I've got a couple of more undergroundy type things, and you've got a couple of things too. So we should tell the listeners about some music, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
We had some indie rock veterans lined up to talk about, so those will be probably discussed next week. Everyone can play your own games to guess who the indie rock veterans would be. Probably wouldn't be that hard. All right, so, why don't I give you the first pick?
All right, let's start off with Peace, band from Vancouver, British Columbia. I don't really know much about this band, but I saw them live, and I was like, dang, I need to listen to whatever they release next, because this was really good.
And they released something next. They
did.
2017 release.
6 months after that show or something, they've released a new album, and it has a lot of tracks from their live set. So here's one that I immediately recognized once I heard it on the record. It's called Pink Cloud.
Hot under the line of pink
That's good. Peace. The album is called Magic Cities. That was not the title track because there isn't one.
True, but he did say Magic Cities in it.
He did. Yep. Several times.
Yes.
So sort of, it's like a hidden title track or something, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. He sounds a lot like another vocalist who's an indie rock veteran. Let's play one more track while the listeners mull that over. Then I'll reveal it.
Okay. Let's play the track Total.
Yeah, that's good. You told me about this, and I sampled it a little bit, and I liked it, but I have not had a chance to listen to the whole thing through. So
Yeah, I recommend it. It's a good album.
Yeah, so do you have any idea who I'm referring to? The indie rock veteran, who he sounds like?
I actually don't. I had a comparison, but I'm pretty positive it's not the same thing.
He does sound like some early 90s alternative rock band whose name I can't think of. But he also, just the register and his vocal style sounds a lot like Stephen Merritt from the Magnetic Fields.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not familiar with that band or guy.
That's what he sounds like. Stylistically, Stephen Merritt doesn't do really this style of music, but he definitely has the same vocal range.
I think musically, a decent comparison would be Hausu.
Oh yeah, Hausu. Haven't heard from those guys for a while.
Yeah, I don't think they're really active anymore, but yeah, they've got like dense guitar-driven songs that are also catchy and sometimes cool song structure.
Pretty well recorded too.
Yeah,
and it's probably we were talking about this, like what's the border between lo-fi and hi-fi?
Mid-fi,
right? Yeah. So this is this is mid-fi, but it's just good sounding. That's what I'm going to
Mid-fi
call it.
is my favorite.
Good sounding.
Yeah.
All right, let's play another one.
All right, let's play Speak and Breathe.
Like sailing rocks
He didn't sound like Stephen Merritt on that one.
Huh.
But it's good. I think I really need to listen to this. The band is Peace, and the album is Magic Cities. I did go and look at the last Magnetic Fields album. They just put out an album like a month ago, and it's 50 songs.
It's a lot of songs.
It's a little bit long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He wrote like a song for every year of his life. So it's like you could just choose the age and listen to that song.
I feel like I heard about that concept. I don't remember it having anything to do with that guy. Maybe that's what I heard about from.
I don't know that I want to make the investment of, it's like probably 4 hours long. Mm. And it's not on the streaming services. At least it's not on my streaming service. It's just like random, probably, I don't know, a quarter of it is available.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's not. So I don't know.
Probably have to buy the quintuple LP to get all the tracks.
Should we play let's just sample something. Should we play Why I Am Not a Teenager or How I Failed Ethics?
Why I'm Not a Teenager.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Their the lowest one, tenor. Is that low choir voice?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That's
I wouldn't know.
Terrible lack of musical knowledge to not know that. No, isn't... Wait, there's alto?
Baritone.
There you go.
There you go.
Baritone, tenor, and alto? Is alto the higher one, or is that the middle one?
I have no idea.
Yeah. But we can agree this is baritone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Baritone vocals. Now we have a name to call it.
Sounds pretty professional.
See, so I've heard a couple other clips from this Magnetic Fields album. I just don't really know what to make of it. And I just don't think I'm going to invest 4 hours. And I'm not going to invest a bunch of money if they won't put it on the streaming service either. So there you go.
Yeah.
Nobody tells me what to do.
What are they thinking?
Yeah.
Asking us to pay for their art instead of pay a big company.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting...
Asshole.
He's getting paid plenty for, for us streaming. He probably got like a hundredth of a cent for us just playing that just now, right?
I would hope so. He really deserves it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's my pick now. We've only done one?
We've only done one.
God, it's a musical adventure on the podcast, isn't it?
It really is. It's an odyssey.
Yeah. Okay. I found a couple of things that are not like the most well-known things, so that's cool. This one is called Business of Dreams, and it's a guy. He lives in L.A., apparently originally from Tennessee, and he plays guitar in 2 bands, at least one that I've heard of, called Terry Maltz.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And there's another band called Magic Bullets that I guess he plays guitar in. He also runs a record label, which is a subsidiary of Captured Tracks that does reissues.
What's it called?
Well, I forgot. I didn't write that down.
There's a lot of Captured Tracks. One of them's Cinderland, but it's probably not Cinderland.
No, it's not that one. It's a reissue thing. It might even like have that in its name, like Great Reissues or something. So maybe, did I mention his name's Corey Cunningham? But the band project is called Business of Dreams, and it's got a catchy 80s vibe to it. So here's the track number 2 called Joyride.
Shakespeare
That's Business of Dreams, with a very prominent drum machine.
Yeah, that snare drum.
It's
Wow.
what do you think of it? Like, what do you think of that drum sound?
It's every part of that song except the drum sound sounded like Lotus Plaza.
Oh yeah, it did sort of sound
But,
like that. Yeah, he uses a drum machine too, I think.
I don't mind drum machines, but I would turn the snare down. I wouldn't make it so.
Yeah, he's definitely making it. Well, there's a little bit of an '80s influence there.
Yeah.
But I think
Just not my sensibility.
I think that sometimes for me, having recorded music and played music that has a drum machine, that I'm sensitive to drum machine sound, and now I'm like a snob where I think real drummers are a lot better than drum machines. And so I kept picturing like a robot playing the drum set because like every single time he hits the snare, it is exactly the same impact, right?
The exact same volume and the exact same accuracy.
But I like the song, and that's cool. So here, let's play another one and see what the influence of the drum machine is on this one. It's called To Be Exact. No loud snare drum in that one. It was more of a mood piece.
Yes. Subdued rhythm section.
Yep. All right, let's play one more. This one's got the classic. Barrett and I have talked about this. It's called the Be My Baby drum beat. There are only so many basic drum beats, right?
I guess so. I mean, people gravitate towards the same time signatures and shit, but yeah, you run out pretty fast.
I mean, if you're talking about just like the bass drum and the snare drum,
right,
you can only do so many things. But yeah, so this one's called What's It All For?
System sick and I'm looking for a
Okay, lots of reverb, obviously. And that's totally an 80s drum thing.
Yeah, the synth was super 80s too.
Yeah. It's that hand clap thing.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a total
Right.
80s thing. Did you ever see that? I don't think I have it anymore, but I had that hand clapper thing.
I'm pretty sure I took that apart in like 8th grade,
Okay, yeah.
but I used it.
Yeah, it was a
before
Roland hand clapper. I think it was Roland, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And
Or maybe
it-
Boss, but same
Yeah,
thing.
it was either Boss or Roland. And it was like a single pad, and you could just hit it with a drumstick, and it made that sound.
Yeah, it's pretty
That
cool.
hand clap sound, yeah. It's kind of fun. It was so cool back then, but I liked it so much back then that I still kind of have this nostalgia, but it probably has kind of limited value now, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You don't see it very often in people's
Yeah.
like drum kit. They have a clap thing
Right.
to hit, but
It hasn't
I still like the sound. It's got a certain novelty to
yeah.
it or something.
It hasn't stood the test of time like a wood block or a cowbell.
Right. Yeah. Those are legendary.
Actually, cowbell. What would you say? Like right now, though, like the cowbell is probably considered kind of a joke, right? But
Yeah,
but it
some
seems like
bands use cowbell. I think
seems like
wood block is like the more humble version of cowbell. Or
yeah, I was
something.
going to say that. Like the wood block would be more acceptable.
Yes.
But then we know some bands, where the drummer like just hits something on the top of his bass drum like a piece of metal or something.
Right,
They just
yeah.
use any other part of the drum kit, which is kind of fun, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah. All right, that was Business of Dreams. Check it out if you feel like it. If you don't like it though, then don't check it out. If you don't like it, you might want to go with whatever Grant picks next, which is this thing I've got queued up right here.
It's a split between the Painters and Carla Sagan, two bands from Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah, they did a split thing, and they gave it a single title called Supermoon Lunar Eclipse.
Yeah, I think I want to start with the second half of the split, which is Carla Sagan. Let's play the track Make Believer.
A mathematical model is a logical machine for converting assumptions into conclusions. If the model is correct and we believe its assumptions, then we must, as a matter of logic, believe its conclusions. But, and this is the essential point, the certainty is always relative to the assumptions. Do we believe our assumptions? We believe fundamental physics. We can deduce many things from physics, but not the existence of physicists. Models are accurate descriptions of aesthetic thinking.
Yeah. What's not to like about that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fun music.
Yeah, it is.
Well executed music. Let's play something from the Painters side of the split.
All right.
Track 2, Growing Pains.
shadow in the distance, fluttering around with all the insects. What am I supposed to do if I never hear from you? Keeping watch, my eyes set on the skyline. Never been so far inside of my mind. Growing pains are keeping me up at night. Wide awake, but asleep at the same time. Never sure of anything, but I'm always wondering.
You're on a roll this week.
Thank you. I try to only listen to music that's really good.
Yeah, that's a great strategy. Yeah. No bad music.
Yes.
This is the second appearance by the Painters
That's
on the
correct,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah. And I like a lot of things about that. It's just, there's something cool about having a weird voice that, like, I think he's got this kind of just bizarre voice,
Yeah.
but
for
somehow
sure.
it's just like, it makes it sort of better in a way, because he knows how to sing on a basic level, and he's got
Yeah.
this very unique voice, right?
Yeah, part of it is, I think, the balance between his voice and the music. The music is so kind of like slow moving and meditative and like very focused on like the timbre of the instruments and stuff.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
It
Yeah.
creates a very nice bigger picture when you combine everything.
Yeah. So what do we play next? We've got 4 songs by the Painters and 3 by Carla Sagan on this thing.
I was thinking we will play the title track and then one more song by Carla Sagan.
Okay. The title track is by the Painters,
That's correct.
and it's called Supermoon Lunar Eclipse. At some point, there was some kind of like rhythm that the drummer started playing that was like counter to the rest of the rhythm or something. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like these things coming in, and it was like,
wild changes. I really like
Yeah.
there's like a flange effect on the cymbals that comes in halfway through. It's really cool.
yeah, very good. The Painters. So now we're going to play another one by Carla Sagan, right?
Yes, the last song on this split, which is called White Noise.
That was Carla Sagan from the Split
Yes.
with the Painters. Yeah, solid stuff.
I think you get you get your money's worth with this because there's a couple 5-minute tracks and a nearly 7-minute track. It's dense in a very good way.
And it's on Bandcamp. Like everything we're talking about today is on Bandcamp, right?
I think that's right.
Is Peace on Bandcamp? They must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I found some stuff by, every once in a while, the Bandcamp editorial people do a thing. Like, hey, here's some things from Bandcamp you should listen to. So those are good, fun things to read. Recently, I was reading one, and you know how Bandcamp, they have all those tags that bands put on there?
Sure.
And they put, like, some of them are, like, crazy ones and stuff. But there was a band from a particular place, and I'm like, I'm going to click on another band from the same place. And it was fun. You know, or you can take whatever like crazy term they come up with.
Surfing Bandcamp.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing to do. So, or you could just listen to Will's Band of the Week and only listen to things that we recommend. That's really not a bad way to do it, is it?
Professionally curated,
Right.
by experts.
Right. Yep. For $0.
I don't know, or just do both because you really like music.
Yeah, you could.
That's
do that.
what I suggest.
I guess that's reasonable. Yeah, I guess it's okay to listen to things that we haven't recommended. It's
a gray area.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I've got one more to just throw out there this week, and it was another thing that was on Bandcamp, and it's kind of fun. It's what are the odds I'm going to pronounce the name of this band correctly?
45%.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go with pure American here, and I'm just gonna call them Dois. It's Dois. Now, I think if they were from France, it'd be Dois.
That's right.
But
yeah.
they're Spanish. They're from Spain. They're from a place called Vigo. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, too. It's Vigo. Vigo, Spain, which, if you look on a map, it's looks like a fancy coastal city to the north of Portugal. And so, apparently, up in that part of the world, they play music that sounds like this. So here's a track called, it's in Spanish, by the way. The whole thing is sung in Spanish. They don't mess with trying to do English, which is kind of cool, I think. Dinosaurio. I think there's like a genre that is that kind of music, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to call it. It's sort of twee. There's like a
Royal Headache. I don't know, yeah.
But the all that
like
reverb and that twangy thing that well, that's like the classic
Whatever,
Fender reverb amp, right?
It's the same genre as a bunch of bands from Australia, like Surf City. The same genre as that.
Yeah, I guess it is, except that I'm thinking of this. I guess I'm emphasizing all the ton of reverb on it.
Yeah, okay.
And so makes it a little bit different. But I think there was like a time frame in the like late 80s or early 90s where there were a bunch of bands like this. But so you get the idea. So I think it's kind of catchy and kind of fun. Dois. Let's play another track. Stromboli. That's Dois from Vigo, Spain. So next time you're in Vigo, Spain, check them out. I could play another song, but I think you get the vibe. So if you're interested, check out that album. The album is called Está Bien. And I did a search for Dois Está Bien. There's some resort somewhere called Dois Está Bien. So I don't know if they did that on purpose or not.
Maybe
so you have to say
the owners of the resort.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe it's like their kids.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so if you want to find it, I think you can just say, Dois Bandcamp or Dois Band Está Bien, and then you find it. Little internet trick, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good with the tricks. All right, that's pretty good for considering Barrett not showing up and being put on probation for not appearing today. given that situation, I think we came through pretty well. And again, I think produced even more than $0 worth of content.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. So it's really hard to keep us down. You think, just when you think we can be stopped, it becomes more and more apparent that that's impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're done. Anything else?
I don't know. I sort of had something to say about reverb, but
Oh yeah, well then let's hear
I
it.
don't really know if it's that substantial.
I
I
would
was just thinking, like, I feel like it's become more common to soak things in reverb because modern production techniques make that really easy. Like, if someone heard this in the 60s, they'd be like, where did they find all these spring reverb tanks and why did they attach them to every single track?
Right.
But I'm sort of able to, like, tune it out a bunch. Like, I don't notice that there's reverb on anything until, like, a couple listens through. I'm like, oh, that's how it's produced.
I think
It's just pure ambiance to me.
you're definitely right that it has become way easier than it used to be. And back in the 80s, I remember I would hear something that had a lot of reverb on it, and I'm like, wow, that sounds so cool. I could never create that sound, because, they were using digital reverbs, probably, I don't know if they had them before the 80s, but in the 80s, some of the synth stuff and like those snare drums and stuff we talk about would have a digital reverb. And I remember my friend Randy had a rack mount digital reverb. And I was like, wow, you got a digital reverb. In fact, I think we rented one once just to get the sound, right? So you could get like this pure
And now they make
reverb sound.
guitar pedal versions of giant-ass rack mount effects that were probably pretty expensive back then.
Yeah, I mean, I think that digital reverb rack mount unit is probably like $500 or something.
Damn.
So yeah, things have changed for sure, but I still think that like there's something about reverby sounds that I still like a lot because it's kind of
Me too,
like a dreamy
for
thing
sure.
or something.
I'm addicted to it.
Yeah,
Spring reverb on guitars
yeah.
still
See,
hasn't gotten old for me.
spring reverb works great on a guitar, that it doesn't work very well on most other things.
That's true.
Like it's terrible on drums. I don't know if it would work on bass, but you kind of hear the spring too much with other.
yeah,
but,
you
but
hear the, like,
yeah, but the guitar has
rattling
that
sounds.
mid-rangey. Part of it might be that we're just our ears are trained too to.
We're super conditioned to that, but I feel like it's been a lasting feature in amps for a while for a reason.
Absolutely.
It's got some merit to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm glad we got your reverb comments in there because that's important stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'll put reverb on the tag for the podcast. So anybody trying to,
That's good.
they want to know about reverb, they're going to immediately, probably the first thing that would pop up on a Google search if you say reverb would be this
I would
podcast.
hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. I think hopefully that'll happen. So, but I don't know. I think that only happens if you pay Google a bunch of money to make them move your search to the top.
Well,
right?
just tell us where to write the check out to.
That's right.
We'll use the podcast
man.
fund.
Yeah.
It's in a Swiss bank account.
Right. Yep. Okay. Good enough. Thanks a lot, Grant.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll talk to everybody again next week. I hope. I hope we do. Barrett, I hope we're going to. Right? Yes, I think we're going to.
Yeah.
That would be next week with another edition of Will's Band of the Week. Good night.
Good night.
You can subscribe to the Will's Band of the Week podcast using iTunes or any other podcast app. All of our podcasts are also available directly on our webpage, willsband.net. You can contact us directly by email to willsband@yahoo.com, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter @willsband. The Will's Band of the Week podcast is brought to you every week from Fourth Bedroom Studios in Madison, Wisconsin. Our theme music was composed by Grant and performed by Grant and Will. Thanks for listening.